All right, everyone. Good day. This is for me, lead consultant, MAXIM-CONCEPTS consulting practice. And so I'll continue my short talk on governance issue across board. And today we'll be talking about, AI reinforcing of historical data and resources allocation. And so historical biases is bound to happen at various stages of the AI, pipeline. And this is not something that you could say that is only a technology related issue, but it could also be as a result of society challenges. And reason being that AI is increasingly being something that is being integrated into decision making process in an organization, in a sectors like health related sector, in a law enforcement related sector, in finance sector, and in other sector. They're beginning to introduce or use AI, in decision making process in those sectors in organization. And so addressing it is not something that you are using it to improve technology, but to foster what ethical responsibility. And so I talk about four ways by which these historical biases could be noticed. Okay, number one is at the data gathering stage. At the data gathering stage. So at this stage, if the data that is being gathered, is is not from diverse source, not well represented, it will show at the output stage, because at the output stage it will not give a true representative of what has actually taken place. And I give an example. If AI is being used on historical hiring data of a company that tilt towards male gender at the expense of a female gender, obviously the result, the recommendation that it will produce, the output that will be produced at the end of the day will obviously tilt towards the male gender, because this is what the information that was imputed is lopsided, is not a balanced information. And so another stage is the stage of labeling. Biases could also be noticed at this stage, in that if an annotator, that is a person that is reviewing raw data, picks a set of a data and is interpreting it to mean different thing, to interpreting it as different data, a same set of data being interpreted in the same way, in different way. I mean, when the person does that, at the end of the day, is not going to give a true reflection of everything that has been gathered. Why? Because it's the same data being interpreted in different ways in this context. And so also at the modeling stage, if at the modeling stage at the stage of a design, architecture design of a particular thing, at the high input stage, it's the data are not gathered from variety of sources. Obviously what will be produced, the output will not show a true picture of what has actually happened. It will favor a majority set of group at the expense of a minority set of group. And another stage where this could be noticed is also at the deployment stage. That is, if and when at the stage of deploying AI system, is not tested, is not monitored on a real time basis, real world scenario, there's every possibility that there will be biases. And so in addressing this, what should be done? Continuous feedback, new data, continuous updates on what is actually going on, new data, feedback, interaction, a real time data gathering, and a well diverse data, well represented, that shows that represents a that represents data gathered from different sources, from diverse sources, not from a single source. All right, thank you.